Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? James Merrifield here with another good segment here on leadership character. So today we're going to cover some characteristics of leadership that I believe were essential, some characteristics of leadership that I feel really helped me along my journey, and I want to pass these characteristics on down to you. Number one, it's very critical for you to understand that your character is your brand. Okay, go ahead and write that down. Your character is your brand. Now, how do you, basically, here's a good question for you, and you have to answer this. How do you want your character to be portrayed? Are you aggressive? Are you a micromanager? Are you a jerk? Are you quiet? What is your character? I can tell you over the years, my character has been very aggressive when it comes time for game time. Just like any other player, when it comes time for game time, I want to win. Therefore, my character turns into a very, very aggressive character, sometimes overly aggressive. That's my character, and that is what people will definitely remember me by, as a guy who was, a leader, whose character was basically based around a winning state of mind. I can also change my character as well at any given time. So let's just say we're not in the game and we're practicing for the game. Okay, often, sometimes I think we might practice a little bit harder during practice than in a game. So when we show up, the game, we just make things look so easy. We get it done. We get the win. Now, if you're taking this, you're looking at this video right now and saying, "What am I watching? A football video?" No, I'm talking about character. That's my character. As far as leadership and the leaders that I have groomed leaders to win. I have groomed leaders to have a winning attitude. I have groomed leaders to have a mentality that we will get the job done, and we will not only get the job done, but we will finish strong. We will finish first. You will definitely know, our work, and you will know our footprint. And that is the image that I want to portray. I want portrayed as far as my leadership. So basically, just asking a couple questions. We're going to ask you these questions. What is your image? What kind of image do you want to portray? What kind of leader are you? So go ahead and marinate on that. You can go ahead and answer that at another time to yourself. But, keep this in mind too. Good character creates a culture of trust. So that's really important. So now let's get off the field. Now I'm off the field. I'm not in practice. And I got people that want to come talk to me. And I get this all the time. Can I talk to you? Are you busy? No, of course not. What do you... And of course, we're all busy. If I am busy, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I'm busy right now. But let me go ahead and get back to you, give or take, in maybe 30 minutes. And most important, make sure that you follow up in that 30 minutes. When you do, in other words, do what you say. Do what you say, because good character creates a culture of trust. Never forget that, okay? If you have a crappy character, you'll have no trust, you'll have no leadership. It's that simple, okay? So good character really creates a culture of trust. You want that trust. You need that trust amongst your people. They need to know that they can come to you for anything and that you're going to be there as their leader. The next thing, and this is something that's really critical here, shifting gears. You need to self-evaluate your character. That means that you got to have that one-on-one conversation with yourself. And here's something else, okay? You might not like this. You may like it. You may not. But you need to ask others. You need to ask others, what they think about your character, what they think about your leadership. And I'm telling you right now, you would definitely be surprised at what people would say. These kinds of questions can be very painful. Trust me, I know, I've been there. I've asked people before, what can I do for you? Is there anything else I can do for you? And after, here comes the haymaker. I ask, now what do you need from me? And how can I be of better assistance to you? Okay? When leadership asks those kinds of questions, not only are you going to gain you're not only going to gain and build a stronger culture of trust, but what you're also going to do is you are really going to open up the door for some honest feedback. And you've got to be prepared for that. In your mind, you cannot believe that you are just the best leader. There's no such thing as a flawless leader. There's no such thing as a leader, that walks on the water. In a position of leadership, we all make mistakes. Okay? And it takes a very, very honest leader to admit that. But when you're asking your followers, when you're asking your people, what can I do better? How can I be a better assistance to you? They're going to tell you in no uncertain terms. And here's the kicker. The more people that you ask that question, if they're all saying the same thing, if they're all telling you, if they're all delivering the same message right back to you, saying the exact same things, guess what? That means that in a position of leadership that you may have some opportunities. You may have some opportunities to grow. You may have some opportunities to better your style. You may have some opportunities to tighten up your character. You may have some opportunities to work on your style of leadership. These are not bad things. It doesn't mean that you're a bad leader. What it means is that once again, your character is very important. So what do you want to be remembered by? Do you want to be remembered by a good leader, or do you want to be remembered as a bad leader? Do you want to be remembered as a leader who doesn't do what they say, who just kind of talks out of their neck and just kind of leaves things on the back burner? Or do you want to be that leader that people say, hey, he follows up, like he might not have, or they might not have the answer, but you know what, they get the answers, they follow up, and they always make sure that we have what we need. So there's a real big fine line in leadership along the lines of character. So that's something that you have to ask yourself. How do you want to be remembered? Because you're always on display. You're always being watched. Character is definitely something that you always have to work on. It's like a one-on-one sparring match, a one-on-one shadow boxing match that you're going to have with yourself. And when it comes down to opinions of others, and if everybody's on the same page, there's obviously something there that you need to work on. So anyhow, everybody, character, leadership character right there in a nutshell. That's what you'll be remembered by. James Merrifield here, everybody. A New Way to Lead. Don't forget to go pick up your copy of my new book, A New Way to Lead. You're going to love it. I gave away all the secrets. There's about 35 chapters in there of leadership, everything from integrity to character, to emotional intelligence, to PMA, positive mental attitude, leadership. You're going to love it. And if you haven't picked up Defying the Odds, that's my first book that came out. Definitely go check out Defying the Odds. I guarantee it, you won't be disappointed. And everybody, thank you for watching this video, and go ahead and click over to the next video, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you.